Hey friends, if you tuned in to see how you can create 3 looks using the Colourpop Chasing Rainbows palette from their holiday collection 2018, then please keep on watching. If it's your first time here, thank you so much for clicking. My name is Alicia. Kinky Sweat stands for my kinky hair and sweat life. I'm a fitness professional who loves beauty, and here on my channel you'll find movement tutorials, makeup tutorials, hair product things. I'm so multifaceted. You can find my movement adventures on Instagram as well as my website for all class info, workshop deets, and such and such. Oh, Michelle has been asking me for a Chasing Rainbows tutorial for months, and with our recent talks about using makeup we already own, lessening the reviews, and diving into eyeshadow palettes that I have, and just to film more 3-look videos, how to use them, what we can do, shop our stash, all that good stuff. Quickly before we zoom in, if you don't have Chasing Rainbows or you have a palette like it, this is basically one that uses a lot of color. We're going to talk about the ways specifically we use Chasing Rainbows, but if you have a palette that also has a little bit of warm neutral shades in addition to the fun bold colors, then we're going to go over techniques and just ways you can utilize these colors for an everyday basis, for fun events and all that stuff. So let's get into it. And with all that said, oh, my battery's dying already. Typical. For all eye looks, lids will be prepped with the Too Faced Born This Way multi-use concealer in the shade Natural Beige. Lashes for all looks will be from Lily Lashes in the style Diamonds. And lids will not be set with powder. I kind of like to leave the concealer as is because it provides a little more stick and longevity for the shadows. Using my Refer Prototype P07A with the shade Feeling It, hitting the crease with that shade is very warm. So if you're not into that, you probably won't love this color. I'm a big fan of Colourpop mattes. I think they blend beautifully well, easy to work with both synthetic and natural hair brushes. I'm pulling it out slightly to create that V shape. Same shade now in my Tuckahoe J5523, pulling that right under the lash line. Taking my Hourglass number 3 with no product just to buff out the edges of Feeling It, because I want that to appear less harsh. And it is helpful if the brush has no product on it because we don't want to add more. We just want to diffuse the edges. I'm holding the brush at the very end of the handle so it will yield the least amount of pressure and not over manipulate the shadow. Now my Refer P70C with Realness. Smaller brush, now concentrating on the outer V of the lid. Packing it on first, using circular motions to now further diffuse it into the crease. Take a mixture of Realness and Feeling It, same brush on the inner third of my lid, pulling it through. Realness, same brush, right outer third of the lower lash line. Hourglass number 3 to again blend out the edges. We also have Wiggles, which is a matte beige, so you can most certainly use that shade to blend it out. Why not? Let's do it. We'll take a little bit of Wiggles. If you want to cut down on the blending, but see, I don't like that shade because I feel a little too opaque, so it kind of changed the color. See that on my brow bone. Abort. I'm taking a little bit of Feeling It again. So I'm bringing that warm color back into the look. I think Wiggle is more appropriate to put down as an inner corner highlight, brow bone highlight, or center the lid matte shade. Definitely not ideal to use it for blending out. I'm going in with a little more realness here, just patting it down. Synergy Worker Pro with So Meta, wetting it Max Fix Plus. Patting it down right on the center between the matte shades. Pulling it across the crease to kind of create that faux cut crease look. So Meta is very yellow. Dare I say almost marigold. It's definitely more of a shimmer than it is a metallic shade, I feel. But I think it goes beautifully well with these mattes, don't you think? It really brightens up the lid. Realness again with the P07C, just to kind of feather out the edges of Meta, because I want those boundaries to look feathered and blended. Excellent. Refer pencil brush number 3 with the shade Blurred Lines. That's going on the inner corner. It looks white in the pan, but it blends out to be a white gold type of shade. I'm also pulling it a touch in towards the lower lash line. All right, let's do the other eye. Slap on these lashes and I'll be right back. Close up of the finished look. Lashes are on, lower mascara on. How do you like it? I just stuck with the browns and the gold simply because I feel that color story is prominent in this palette despite its bold color brothers and sisters. Just to also make a quick note, you could combine these brown shades with this like pinky coral if you wanted. I haven't yet. I think you'll be fine, but because they're warm in undertone, combining them wouldn't be a disaster. I think it'll be a little bit of a fun thing, you know what I mean? I think I'm next going to use Woke and Keep Cool because I love my plum shades, but just so you know, you can easily combine Woke and Wishlist, or you can combine Wishlist and Keep Cool. You can also just do Manifest It on its own and apply So Meta, blurred lines, or even not playing on Manifest as your pop of metallic on the lid. I'm not going to use all the shadows obviously in this video, but every time I do a look, I just want to present to you some options you can take because you got 15 shadows in here, friends, and you can combine them in a myriad of ways. And note that there is a matte that pairs up with this metallic sidekick, if you will. You'll have a blue matte for the blue metallic. You'll have a pinky type of matte for your plummy metallic shade. And as you just saw, you have more mattes to pair with your warmer metallic shades, whether it's the marigold or more traditional white gold. So we're gonna roll into the purple look. Hang on tight and I'll be back. Refer 07C with Woke. I'm excited to use this shade. I don't remember if I used it back when I first bought this palette, but I love this types of all the pinks, you know. Oh, I forget this palette doesn't have a mirror. All right, we got some pinky on there. We got some pink on there. Ooh, I could actually go with Manifest, that hot pink matte over this as well. Because for some reason, maybe it's next to that coral shade. This was reading more peach to me, but is actually coming out more bubblegum pink. We can go Manifest It, or we can go Keep Cool. I want to do Keep Cool because it's a little deeper. I want more contrast on the outer lid. So Hakuhoro B142 with Keep Cool. What is that? Oh no, don't get irritated. It's a miracle that my allergies are allowing me to do this video today. Let's thank them, friends. Patting down first to get the color on, and then using circular windshield wipe like motions to distribute that shade throughout the crease. We actually have a shade in here that's like a charcoal purple. When I start layering too many mattes though, it gets a little dicey, so I'm not too sure how that's gonna roll, but I am curious. So let's go in with this shade Prism with the Refer P07C that we should clean. I'm gonna start just by patting it down the outermost portion of my lid to get a little more depth there. I don't think this shade is very impressive just in terms of depth, but I feel if you take your time in layering it, you could get nice intensity on the outer corner. I had to brighten you up a little bit there. I was losing you. Keep Cool, same brush, inner third, patting it down mostly, and then I'll sweep it through the crease. Not too bad. Clean Wayne Goss number 3 to feather out the edges. I'm taking a little bit of Woke actually with the Wayne brush to further diffuse and add a little bit of color. The shade is light enough I feel we could achieve that with. We won't overblend. If we were to go in with the purple, for example, with this brush, we'll probably kind of lose the blend, but I think we're doing okay. Back in with Keep Cool. I'm trying to build up this crease. Keep Cool, you gotta build up for sure, which leads me to believe it will serve as a really nice transition shade since it doesn't have a lot of punch on the get-go. You can build this shade up without fear it going nuts. Just for the sake of it, I'm going to use another color altogether for the lower lash line. Let's do Manifest It. I'm taking the same Refer Prototype brush in with that hot pink shade. I'm going to pull it across the lower lash line. Why not? Sonia G, build a 3. Keep Cool on the outer third to further deepen that out. Deepen it up. Yes, that sounds better. This time, definitely with no extra product on the brush, smoothing that shadow out near and around my brow bone. And I'm also diffusing the lower lash line, again, without Additional product, same brush, whipping it around. We can go in with So Meta. We could do Not Playing, Eclipse, even Luck. This really pretty purple shade here, but I think we're gonna do this one. Do I want to do that one? Yeah, I want to do it. Sonia G, Worker Pro, Fix Plus. Yes, I'm doing halo eyes for everything. I'm so sorry. This is just my go-to thing. Oh, look how pretty that color is. I love it. It's so bright. Ooh, I'm pulling more Keep Cool, that medium purple shade through the crease just to kind of cut down on the spread of the metallic we just put down. Hello, my memory is so bad, Not Playing. So Energy Builder 3, I could have used my Worker Pro as well, but I'm placing down that medium purple shade on the inner corner just to create a more pronounced bracket of matte around that metallic shade. I think I want to do another color altogether for the lower lash line. I could go several different ways. I could do this, like, it's like a duochrome shade here, the Lucid shade. I don't know what I want to do. Hello, you know what I mean? I think I want to do Eclipse because Lucid might be a little too dark for what we got going on the lower lash line. Worker Pro with Lucid. No, that's wrong. Eclipse. Good job. I mean, that's a... Oh God. Oh God. Abort. I should have used a smaller brush just because that Eclipse shade traveled a little too far down, but it's all good. I wanted to pop a little more, so I'm taking my Refer pencil number 3 again with that same Eclipse shade, wetting it, and tighter towards the inner third of my lower lash line. I'm placing that color down so it could appear shinier and brighter. And I think I want to do So Meta, the Marigold shade we used on the last look, as my inner corner highlight. So I think that'd be really pretty, nice contrast of color, something different from blurred lines, because I don't want to use blurred lines for each look, you know what I mean? Just doing a little more zhuzhing here, making sure everything's smooth. Right, let's do the other eye, slap on these lashes, and I'll be right back. Look number 2 complete. We definitely went all purple, hot pink, same Lily lashes in diamond as I mentioned before. I love this metallic purple on the lid. It's so bright. It's like a lavender type of shade, but it has such beautiful shine and it doesn't drown in with the other purple mattes, don't you think? And I love So Meta on the inner corner. That was a good choice. Guess what just came in the mail? I ordered the Charlotte Tilbury Matte Revolution. Is it the Matte Revolution? Hold on, let me look at the box. Yes, the Matte Revolution in Super 90s, because this was a limited edition color. What do we think? I love me some brown beigey type of nude, so I just thought I would slap it on with the look. What do you think? You saw we went super purple, and I love how we can mix up the other metallic shades and apply it to our inner corner. You see that we have a lot of options here in terms of color combinations. Again, I just strictly stuck with the purple story here. Not Playing is simply gorgeous. Even from this distance, it just has such beautiful brightness and shine. I think it's a really nice shade to have in this palette. You could also apply it to your lower lash line or lower inner corner, or even apply this shade on the inner corner for another color combination. So let's wrap up the sesh. We gotta use the blues. Let's take this off, dive into the blues, and I'll see you back here. We're gonna be brave, friends. We're just gonna dive into that matte blue, no transitions, okay? Tuckahoe B142 with Bring It. Oh, that's powdery. Okay, I'm gonna carefully carve out first. So I'm patting down the shape first, because I find with very bold mattes, like, I mean, look at that. Woof! It's easier to pat down the shape first than to start blending right away, like you saw we did in the first look using the warm brown matte. So punch it down first, and then you start to swirl and twirl around the skin, because then you have a little more control. You see the shape. I'm actually going to take my Refer prototype P07F. This has no product, and feathering the edges. I was going to use the other brush, but I think I want to do this first to start pulling it out like I usually do. And then I go back in with that smaller Hakuhodo brush, a little more on the brush, a little more matte color there, and just fill any spaces I see that need more eyeshadow. I'm also pulling down on the inner third to get more color there. Looking down, and I'm using the tapered shape of the brush to nestle the matte into the crease. So I'm not so much sweeping, but I'm patting in. Again, using the Refer Prototype fluffy brush to blend out the edges. Hakuhodo J146 with the same blue shape, but gotta be careful here. I totally overloaded the brush and got fallout. This shadow is very powdery, so just be careful. If you overload the bristles and don't kick off the excess, you will get fallout like we did here. Just getting a little bit of loose powder with my Holiday Wayne 2017 brush. Oh, so yellow. What happened there? Excuse me. This is going to be a very simple look because, I mean, this is such a bold matte on its own. I'm not adding anything else except, of course, that blue metallic shade. So let's get into it. I know I'm using the blue shade on my Porcelania brush. She'll be all right. She'll be all right. Worker Pro, spritzed on some Max Fix Plus, getting that metallic on the lid. Ooh, that's shiny. Oh man, patting that down, cutting it across the crease. Woo, that is a blue, let me tell you. Now back in with not playing the shade that we put on the last look on the lid. I'm gonna use my Refer number 3 pencil on the inner third. Why not? You know, I'm curious. I want to see what's gonna happen here. Pulling it right through there. Oh, that's fun. I like that. Kind of swooping it through the blue matte to create that gradient effect. I'm lifting my brows so I can see what needs to be smoothed out with my big fluffy brush, because if when I do that, I could see better the line and the shape of how it rests near my brow bone. What shall we put on the inner corner? I think I want to do let's do Eclipse on the inner corner. Wetting again my Refer number 3 pencil brush, going in with Eclipse, like that icier taupey lilac thing going on. Oh, that's pretty. We like that. Wonderful. Let's get this other eye done, slap on the lashes, and I'll be right back. Close-up of the finished look, friends. What do you think? I'm really digging the lilac shade on the inner lower third, and then bringing in that taupey icy lilac something Eclipse shade on the inner corner. Super blue, super punchy. Definitely don't have to go this route, but I just had to try or use this blue matte again. I don't remember. I think I did a long time ago, but this is why we should dip into items we already own, because we could fall back in love with them, you know what I mean? I hope this tutorial helped in some way. By no means this is forcing you to get Chasing Rainbows. This is for those who already have Chasing Rainbows. It's sitting in your drawer, you don't know how to use it, you saw it in person, felt it was too much color going on, but have a little fun. And no, you don't necessarily have to go this bold. If you are afraid to use color, maybe just start using it on your lower lash line, or maybe just use the lighter types of pinks here on the inner corner for that pop of color on the inner corner, something a little different. These metallics have a little more grit to them. I feel they're best applied as a lid standout color, either putting it on the center of your lid, or like we did today on the inner third of the lash line, or you could even put on the center of the lash line. I think that's a really pretty technique as well. And of course, inner corner and brow bone highlight areas. Beware, again, Bring It is a very powdery color. It has a lot of kickback in the pan. Make sure you kick off your brush before going in on your lid, or simply do your eyes first before foundation. The warm mattes are outstandingly good. Feeling it, blend it out with ease, and I don't feel you need a transition shade with Feeling It. If you do, then I would go in with your favorite bronzer first. You could use that as your transition shade before going in with that brow matte. Otherwise, I love this palette. I think you have so many options to go through. You can do super colorful, warm, or warm kind of poppy. I like everywhere in between. Let me know if you have Chasing Rainbows. Have you been using it? What your favorite colors are? And we'll take it from there. And that, my friends, is a wrap. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video helped. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And until then, I'll see you on here again with a tutorial, how-to, or 3-look video. Take care, and I'll see you again soon. Oh, looking a little bare. 3-look video, here we come. In addition to the fun bold colors for all